Hello, I'm Andy and I'm the new Growing Younger Enabler in Carlisle Diocese. My role is to work to see us together as the Church in Cumbria grow our work with millennials and the generations that follow them, so those under 40, young adults, teenagers and children. Right across Cumbria, Jesus is speaking to our young people and he's calling them to join in the great adventure of a life following after him. It's a life that brings meaning and purpose, a life that brings joy and peace and hope. Like so much of the church in the UK, we see the age profile of our churches that's much older than the communities that they serve. It's a problem because God's mission is for all ages, for young and for old. And it's a problem as young people bring a perspective that we need to learn from. There is hope. God has not given up on these generations. There's this great story in the scriptures. It's from the book of 1 Samuel. It's where God calls the boy Samuel to join his work. He calls Samuel to be part of a new thing that he was doing with the nation, for a new generation or for a new season. In the story, God calls Samuel audibly. It's one of the clearest examples in the whole of scriptures of God speaking. It's literally like he can hear someone talking in the next room. Yet somehow, Samuel doesn't recognize the voice of God calling him. He hears, but he doesn't know it's God speaking, and so he doesn't know how to respond. In the story, it requires Eli, an old man, to help Samuel recognize God's voice. It requires Eli to help Samuel respond to God. And as Eli shows Samuel how to respond to God's call, Samuel is key in leading God's people into a new future. This story has great resonance for us today. Our shared God for all vision is for us to release the whole people of God, for the whole mission of God, for the transformation of Cumbria, in the name of Jesus. Jesus is calling our young people to join this vision and to be part of leading this vision. It takes some people 3 times, others 300 times of God speaking to recognize that it's him speaking. But like with Samuel, often it requires others like you and me to help people who are clearly hearing God to recognize that he's calling and for them to join him. Can I ask you to commit to praying for the young people in Cumbria and for God to increase the work he's already doing among them? I really believe God is to do a new thing in his church, and that the increase in vocations and younger vocations is God getting us as a church ready. But like for Samuel, it needs all of us to recognize God might be speaking and calling our young people, and then to help them discern the voice of Jesus in their lives.